In today's video,
This is the same woman that would bring his child into the world. She was pregnant on bodies? I didn't even know that time. That's a mad thing. And Zeus saying unique in this reality TV genre because you basically had shows like Corpse, which was blaxploitation in itself. Because every episode you were seeing a black man getting slammed on top of a car bonnet. Bachelor.
One streamer in particular watches this chronically like he's trying to study how women act. Yet this is not how women act at all. Again, this show is only made for you to have this high school mentality and disrespect each other. I'm telling you, Did
you care about that when you were trying to kiss me?
Trying to kiss you, man.
There's a lot of layers to this situation. You have Aaron the plumber, aka Ninja Turtle, a man with a well-documented history of hating women.
Women I deal with, they don't have hair on their arms.
Don't do too much.
Hey, I'm just being honest,
Don't do
Queen.
too much.
Fighting a black trans woman because he's really fighting some inner battles that we about to break down.
I didn't know you was
You
a man.
mad? You mad?
I didn't
Yeah,
know
you
you was a
did.
man,
Yeah, you
bro.
did.
I didn't know you was a man, yo.
He's not saying that to you, he's saying that to himself. Simultaneously, you have Bree,
Aaron, you keep calling me a man. You had to bring the man out.
parodying and protecting herself by tapping into her masculinity, but beyond that, you have Zeus Network filming black bloodshed, misogyny, and transphobia into a show that is the latest installment in what I like to call the Negro-sploitation genre. And that's what we're tackling today on Foreign Friday.
It's a foreign man in a foreign land.
Help me, chat. Help me. As you can see, we have a problem. New set. Who's this? We streaming on Twitch. Wow, right? Only problem is I don't know what the hell I doing. I have on-screen chat up, right? But like it only showing Twitch messages. So I can't see YouTube chat. I could see it over here, but I can't see it on here. So when I upload the VOD, my chat could look drier than Ben Shapiro wife. Anyway, I guess if y'all want to talk inside the chat, y'all need to go and talk on Twitch. Few disclaimers, no misogyny, no transphobia, you know the vibes. And white folks, y'all about to be in black people business more than my bro Hassan, so don't do too much. All right, let's get into it.
Hello, good morning.
What's up, buddy?
Hey, Queen. What's up?
How'd you sleep? What's up, sir?
Off the jump, right? You got Shorty calling dude Queen, and then dude calling Shorty Sir. I have a lot of questions about this entire thing, and I'm sure you all do too, but it's impossible to answer these questions without context. This is Aaron the plumber. If he looks familiar, then I know what you are, because he first made his mark on the internet on a show that has set the black community collectively buzz light years back. I am talking about none other than...
Got our next single guy.
Oh God.
Hello, welcome. All right, if we can have your name.
My name's Aaron.
Aaron, how old are you?
Yes, ma'am. I'm 29.
29, okay, and
Yes.
what do you do?
I'm a licensed plumber. Yes.
And now, what do you look for in a woman?
I look for a woman that's not promiscuous and has a career going for herself.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, if we can have your name and age and why you popped your balloon.
For me, it just did not work. I didn't feel like I had chemistry or wasn't fully attracted to you, and I feel like that counts if we are going to be going through a dating show, you know?
Yes, the feeling is definitely mutual. So that's okay. Thank you. You did me a favor.
You know?
We've lost the art of taking rejection. That's the only problem.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm glad you have a great day.
Thank you, Queen. You too.
Okay, well, let's go ahead. All right, we got to pop over here. If we can have your name and age and why you ended up popping your balloon.
Hi, my name is Jara. I'm 22.
Okay, and why did we end up popping our balloon?
The comment you made didn't really. I like a more humble person, not someone that responds so defensive-ish. Yeah, that's really it. I didn't really necessarily like
That's
how you
fine.
responded.
Hey, I could just,
Yeah.
all I can do is be honest,
I mean,
you know?
yeah, be honest,
I
be your
came
authentic
over here
self.
to-
That's
to-
okay.
To find a match
Sure.
that wasn't matching. That's
Sure, I
all,
mean-
Queen.
I don't like when we do the king and queen thing because essentially what you're doing is you're putting me on a pedestal of king when you do that. And to deify is the same as to dehumanize. If you make me a god, if you call me a king, you still putting me outside of the range of human. I need to be able to be not shit.
My eyes are up here, baby. Are you looking at the tattoo?
No, I'm looking at the hair on your arms. Women I deal with, they don't have hair on their
Don't do
arms.
too much.
Hey, I'm just being honest,
Don't do
Queen.
too much.
You know, I don't like that. That's all
Okay.
I was looking at. You trying to say if I'm looking at particular body
You just
parts,
wasn't
but
looking at
that's
my
not
eyes.
what it is.
That's
No, I was
all
looking at the hair on your
Anyways,
arms, Queen.
she asked me the question.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm in heels and you ain't tall enough.
Okay.
Don't do too much,
Well,
though.
you're not qualified, baby.
All right,
so
that's
that's
cool.
all good.
We do still have
dress was
3
YouTube
unpop,
brands wide.
but she looking like you gonna pop? Okay. Okay. All right. If we can have your name and age and why you ended up popping.
My name is Jacqueline. I'm 25. I popped because I have hair on my arms.
Just because you got hair on your arms, that's okay, though, Queen. You look phenomenal, though.
Thank you.
You know, she ain't fit to my liking. She ain't even fit to... Hey, excuse me, Queen.
Why?
I'm talking to this woman right here.
He does say queen like it's a slur. After a while, like you begin to wonder if he even came on the show looking for love, or if he came looking to basically do what Fresh and Fit them do, which is malign women, especially black women, and make a name off of maligning women.
Can y'all give her balloon back, though?
She don't want it.
Yeah, do you want your balloon back, Queen? We're not talking to you, sweetheart.
Okay.
You already been, I already let you know. I'm not interested in... You got more hair on your arms than me, baby.
Dog made it cool to not like him.
Originally, I was not going to pop my balloon because I know a lot of them popped it because he was being, I guess, arrogant. But to me, I like my man that's not going to sit in every girl's face and, you know, complimenting them, you know? So I didn't find that offensive to me. But when they started what was going on, I'm very, like, I don't want to say I'm argumentative, but I don't want my man to argue back with me because then I feel like it's going to always be a problem. That was the only reason why I popped my balloon, because I was just like, dang. But then with me, you kind of got a little bit catty with me. You a little sassy just a little bit.
I have two minds on this one, right? Sassy is a slur. That being said, what is deemed to be sassy behavior, I also don't necessarily find it to be desirable, especially in this case. This isn't you standing on your square. This is you bullying women. The only problem I have, like, with the whole sassy talk and, like, the idea of deriving a man being sassy because he is arguing with you, you claiming that you are not capable enough, or you're not in the same dynamic, you're not on the same playing field with a man to the point where you are an equal sparring partner for an argument. And I don't think that that's necessarily an argument that you want to make.
Since you want to come at everybody over here, I'm going to get at you too. You kind of look like a Ninja Turtle. You're not that cute. You need to relax. You stocky as hell. And I was trying to be respectful, but like you was really coming out like I didn't like it. I'm from the South and I can handle like a lot of criticism and stuff like that, but the way you was coming, you just ain't like you got it all like that. And I guarantee you probably got a roommate at home and it's just not giving.
The whole premise of the show makes it a breeding ground for this type of interaction. When you belong to a marginalized community, you don't have the right to being individuals. So when he does this foolishness out here, it is a commentary on all black people.
Yo, wig at it.
You took it off because we fought, but look at my face.
Yo, wig is in the front.
You took it off because we fought, but look at my face. Everybody in their shit. I'm a mom. You talking about?
What happened? Batty shot o'clock. Don't get
You're always quick to do batty shot o'clock. Boss, bro, please, I'm a boss.
Biggie is a part of Bodies. Bodies is known for... Even the auditions have fights, like on some gladiator. And keep in mind, like, they ain't getting paid for that. So, like, you have free labor from the fights. Much like the clip with Aaron the Plumber and Bree. You see, like, a lot of, like, masculinization of women, especially black women. And that's a common theme throughout all these shows in the Zeus universe. This show is not breaking ground. They building on pre-established stereotypes of blackness, like the darker the skin, the more the masculine, the angry black woman trope, and the hypersexualization of black women. I'm aware of the argument that the collective image of the black community is being sullied by shows like this. That we can't expect white society to see us as human if we ourselves dehumanize ourselves. And on one hand, I do believe that these shows are hurting us, but not for the same reasons. Because even when I wear a button-up, over-enunciate my words, they can still end up calling me a nigga at the end of the day. I don't necessarily subscribe to the whole respectability politics argument. I don't think it's a compelling argument to tell black people to act differently so that they could assuage the white gaze. You still tap dancing regardless. No matter if you Carlton or you Krishan, they still servicing the white gaze. Again, ahead of myself, Bodies is one of the franchises on Zeus Network. And Zeus Network is, yet again, which is like a great point, it's black owned. It's a black owned TV company spearheaded by folks like D Storm and King Black, who, you know, I'll admit, they had some funny bits here and there in between the minstrelsy that was their careers. Let me show you.
Is they dad?
Yo, where's your dad?
He'll be back soon.
The joke is that King Bach's white friends have a dad, but he doesn't.
I wince at the fact that you let Robert Holpe, a white dude, actually make this video. Wrong messenger, right message. He is making a fair point. When you realize that the majority of the comedy from these creators relied on the same stereotypes that we use to degrade us, it makes sense how Zeus would come to be the antipathy to everything we've worked so hard to surmount as a community. Like when you look at things like this.
Oh God.
Dark skin versus light skin. These are black people that came up with this.
Shoot me while I'm mad. Get the side, man. Get over. Party over, man. Nut ass, man. Come on, man. Party over, man. Shut this nut ass down, man.
I felt his rage.
He's losing. Party over.
What happened?
Man, come on, man. What you talking about?
If this dude was white and this was set back like maybe half a century ago, it would be a scene from Roots.
Oh God.
It would be a scene from 12 Years a Slave. This is Marriage Boot Camp. This the boot camp? I don't even need to discuss what is probably Zeus Network's most infamous export.
What the like? That's not high power.
I control. Get the going.
What do you mean?
Any with me is I run the program. Simple as that. Any with me is getting ran by me. Period. Not by what they think. Not by what they want. They're getting ran by me.
What are you talking about?
You're under my program. That's what I'm talking about. You're under my establishment. I'm not confiding and fixing myself for you. You fix yourself to me or get the on. Go find somebody else's program.
That speaks for itself. Blueface and Krishan make Future look wholesome. This is the same woman that would bring his child into the world. She was pregnant on bodies? I didn't even know that, Ty. That's a mad thing. And Zeus ain't unique in this reality TV genre because you basically had shows like Cops, which was blaxploitation in itself, because every episode you were seeing a black man getting slammed atop of a car bonnet. Bachelor, you got Jersey Shore. VH1 in itself was like the training ground for these shows. This is the dude that made Bad Girls Club. When you think of the fact that like you have someone like Jerry Springer zooming in on black people dealing with real or not real, like Jerry Springer was probably like the original rage bait, but real or not real domestic tragedies. And all Jerry Springer doing is just like, get that. These are the people that's doing it. A lot of the white reality shows, the stars of them, they are able to transcend their role because they have the capacity or the flexibility to be different people afterwards. Like you could see them outside of the role that they play in these reality shows. You could see Snooki and whatever the Italian dude with the spiky hair was. You could see them beyond their roles on those shows. There's a million of different examples of whiteness that have been so televised that we are taught to accept a multitude of white variations of the same person. That's not the same for black folks. And I'm showing you all this to illustrate what is a theme for the Zeus Network. And we're soon going to see a much larger genre and system of humiliating black people. Bringing us back to Aaron the plumber.
Oh God.
I'm out here recording. Y'all been out here filming. I went 2-on-1 on the show. I got into a good little squabble. They about to pay me out in the worst way. They about to try to paint this narrative that I'm a transphobe. I was slapped by Erica Mena on set. She is, in fact, racist towards black men and women. And I left the show. I never got eliminated. I left. I got exploited. And I'm going to the police station right now to file charges on Erica Mena for assaulting me. And I've been told, you know, they got these people that they're going to pay to pay hush money to keep from getting my story out from there. I don't care if I get sued, bro. I got exploited. Period, point blank. I got lied to. They told me this woman came on the show looking for love.
Erica has displayed a bunch of anti-blackness, like the time when she called Jamaican dancehall star and, you know, my childhood fixation, Spice, a whole monkey. This ain't back in the day, like when edgy was cool. No, this was right now. This is just in 2023. You know, fire for them. Calling her a monkey didn't stop her from going on to produce her own show, which is this right here.
First of all, just coming up and putting yourself out there for a dating show it takes big balls. Yeah. And then you're coming for a crazy like me that's turned up. I'm wild, I'm fun, I'm free. In the very beginning, I ain't gonna lie, mother came in swinging heavy. And that's why we got like a
broken arm.
Oh, we got a broken arm plumber.
I want you to pay close attention to how black pain is made flippant and it functions as a part of the plot. Aaron, the plumber, broke his arm and she's using that as hype for the show.
Selling his soul. Selling his soul for social media attention.
Broken arm.
The same with J-Lo, the same with anybody that is non-black that shows love or shows sexual interest. I won't say love. That shows attraction to blackness, to black women, to black men. Because like you see like some white dudes, like as soon as like they get like a black girl, he invited to the cookout. She invited to the cookout. Or she a real one. Oh yeah, you could give her the N-word pass. Like I remember like was saying on the timeline that Sarah J deserved the N-word pass. Oh God. You could have a black dick all up in your mouth and say right afterwards as a white woman. They are not mutually exclusive.
Fair, you're back in my house. Am I a racist?
No, you're not racist, Erica.
Did I harm you in any kind of way?
I just said I just said on this camera, sweetheart.
Did I harm you? Because you went
said-
on the internet saying you're pressing charges on me because I did all of this to you.
Did you just hear
You're
what I
really
told
giving
you?
me the credit to do all of this damage to you?
You basically have a discussion that should be in the presence of lawyers, definitely not with cameras unless it's being used for evidence later. She's humiliating him. He is coming back to her show, which means that this is a coercive situation. If he wants to be on her show, he needs to say whatever she needs him to say. And a humiliated black man in particular is a dangerous man because he's grappling with the concept of him even being a man. Why would he and these women go on these shows in the first place? Not only this show, you know, but like, why do Instagram models go on Fresh and Fit knowing fully well that they get thrown out the house like Jazz or Fresh Prince? People going on believe that all publicity is good publicity and like the existence of the Zeus Network upon other media like this has set the precedent that if black people are to be famous, like if we could be able to get any type of fame, there's a role that white society is casting for us. But beyond that, not only is it like one way of achieving fame, but it's also our way of reifying value in a world where we are taught that we aren't worth anything. We're shown that we lack worth when our bodies are expended, when our women are ravished. How best can we redeem value? The same ways in which we are told that we're valueless, by commodifying it in the marketplace of sex or rapping about it or showing like how dangerous we can be. The same ways in which we're dehumanized are the same ways that we try to redeem value. And as Audre Lorde said, you can't dismantle the master's house with the master's tools, which all culminates into a complicated spectacle, which is this fight.
Hey, Queen. What's up? How'd you
What's
sleep?
up, sir? Who you talking to?
Hey, Queen.
Talking about some Queen.
You gonna be yourself
You know what
today?
I'm saying?
A lot's going on. You start off with an exchange of bigotry. I don't know what came first, the chicken or the egg, but what matters is they're both exchanging and engaging in the very things that dehumanize them. Bree is calling Aaron a queen, knowing that Aaron is a misogynist. So to be called a queen is to be equated with what he hates, which is women. It's also attacking his perceived masculinity because from you, a black man, you will already grapple with what it is to be a man. For so long, you have been told that you are not a man. You don't fit the masculine mold that was made by white men. No matter how hard you try, you get buff, you work with your hands, use a plumber, use a licensed plumber. You do all these things, you get a trade, and it don't matter. They can say you're broke or that you look like Franklin. All of this is the background for this interaction.
How'd you
What's
sleep?
up, sir? Who you talking to?
Hey, Queen.
Talking about some Queen.
You gonna be yourself
You know what
today?
I'm saying? What? What
You gonna
mean?
be yourself?
Myself? Talking about some Queen.
You gonna be your
This is such a powerful like image, right? Because it shows like the duality. You have Bree, who is a black trans woman, who Aaron just called sir to insinuate that she is a man, which is obviously triggering for a black trans woman because black cis women even are always masculinized. Black cis women are called men or called masculine or say that they in their masculinity. You don't really be hearing white women talking about, oh, you in your masculinity. No, it's always used towards black women. So you have that barrier. You have the black barrier. And then on top of that, you have the barrier of transness to grapple with as well. But the interesting thing is when she leans in, I can show you this in a second. She can lean in to the masculinity.
yourself
You know what
today?
I'm saying? What? What
You
you
gonna
mean?
be
Be
yourself?
myself?
Like,
Hey, man,
be
you better
yourself.
watch how you talking to me, man, for real.
What's the
What you mean the
hostility?
hostility? You a man, right?
A trans.
Aaron, you keep calling me a man.
You had to bring the man out.
This is interesting.
Aaron, you keep calling me a man.
You had to bring the man out.
So you have this situation now where Bree leans into her masculinity to reclaim the power from Aaron who's being transphobic.
Now the man's here.
Did you care about that when you were trying to kiss me?
Trying to kiss you, man.
Realize what causes him to get up. When she says that, was I a man when you were trying to kiss me? I'm not going to show the fight because there's really no reason for it. So I'm going to scan past it. The mere insinuation made him jump off the top rope. You was already getting him there as far as just like calling him, like effeminizing him. What causes him to escalate it to violence is when she made the insinuation that he could be attracted to what he deems to be a man.
Oh, wait.
Oh, man, you felt though.
My face looks good.
Yeah, no, it don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, you hurt.
There you go.
You
Take
hurt,
it.
man.
He's reveling in the fact that he hurt her, all because she impugned his masculinity, which is wrong, and then she insinuated that he might be interested in men, or I wasn't a man when you was kissing me.
Where?
You know you wounded.
Be yourself, baby.
You got severely
Be yourself.
wounded. I didn't know you was a man.
You mad?
I didn't know you was a man, bro. I didn't know you was a man, yo.
He's not saying that to you, you know. He's saying that to himself. He's talking to himself. Like, regardless what he deemed her to be, if he indeed found her attractive, then he found her attractive. But he is talking to himself and trying to let him know that, hey, it's okay because I didn't know it was a man and therefore, like, it wasn't intentionally gay.
No, you're not a man. I'm a dog.
What the fuck is a dog?
So trans, yeah.
Okay, trans.
You like trans? Yeah. I knew she was a man. That's what I'm saying.
I'm on here trolling,
I'm
playing. You supposed to let that be enough. Bro, wasn't I tripping?
Well, come on,
bro,
nigga.
keep it
Like,
100,
what the f you want to do?
Keep it in 100.
What you want to do? Come on.
Keep it 100,
Because I can
bro.
bring the man out. I can bring the man out.
When Bria used her man voice, man, I thought a horse got impaled with a spear or something. I knocked the masculinity back into a, in a real way.
She is hyping up the masculinity because it's still a show and it's entertainment. It's entertaining in the same way that Big Mama's House is entertaining. The Tyler Perry movies were entertaining. Like King Box Fits are entertaining.
Yeah. Okay, trans. Yeah.
It was said 3 times on the bus that she was trans before he even started flirting with her. Y'all let me know. But like, I would think it's almost just like when someone like comes out as gay and like you have like a performative reaction that's over the top to make it seem like spectacle, like it's unique. When more so I feel as though I would want normalcy. I understand like you trying to seem like you're accepting of it, but like it comes off in a way like there should be no fanfare that you exist. Like I can understand the solidarity, I can understand like consoling. It's the same thing as, you know, to a different extent, calling a black person king or queen. No, I'm a person. And like you deifying me or you making me anything but as normal as you is a pipeline for me to be dehumanized.
You want to do it again? What, you want to go again?
What's happening? We can get it cracked. Come on, no.
No. So I'm not going to show this. It's entertainment for them, but it's not entertainment for the black trans woman that is probably going to have to go through this. And maybe for anybody else that's watching this and think it's okay or sees this to be precedent set for this and then enacts that violence.
I'm about to mix you next, bro.
My wig.
Aaron, he was like, Walker, get out here before I hit you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Oh, this is men fighting. I was like, well, it's really not men's. You know what? I just said, all right, I'm out, bro.
Yeah. Like, you're a weirdo. Like, you want to fight trans girls. You want to fight trans girl, weird ass.
After my fight with Bria, I'm feeling bad because I didn't want that to transpire. To me, that's a lose-lose situation. If I win the battle, I still lost in the end because of the individual that I'm fighting.
I'm gonna fight that bitch again and again and again. Again and again and again.
She's reacting like that because it is coping. She's reacting like that because she's probably been in that position a litany of times. And it's on TV. White society has put the black diaspora against itself for like generations, to the point like where we're doing it to ourselves. Power is most powerful when it's invisible. So if white folks could get you, the black individual, to do the colonization yourself, to yourself, to break the buck for him, to be racist for them, to dehumanize yourself for them, then their hands are clean. And they could point back at you the dysfunction. And they'd be like, see, weren't things better when we call the shots. Let's do it again. Let's make America great again. It reminds me of the analogy that like a lot of white supremacists normally use, where they try to say, well, Africans enslaved Africans. Why are you mad that like we're enslaving you? Black people sold black people into slavery all the time. Why are you mad when we do it? But the whole thing about that argument in particular, despite it being very overblown, the whole thing about that argument in particular is it negates the system that has already been established for that. Black people sold black people into slavery because they seen that that is what you're supposed to do. And they, the black people that sold them, were the petite bourgeoisie. They are trying to do whatever they could in order to get proximity to whiteness, because they were taught that blackness is undesirable, that blackness is to be subservient. So regardless of who's doing the selling, they assume that they are to be sold. It's the same thing here. Like black people, a black network like Zeus Network has seen blaxploitation movies. The first big movie was Birth of the Nation, right? From movies could be depicted, from stories, there's been negrophobia. And that's our stories too. Like we don't realize that like our subconscious and white culture is the same. We have the same consciousness. We don't have the same lived experiences, but we have the same it's in our language. His dark side. Descending deep into darkness. The villains are black. Like we've heard so many stories. You don't think that that's going to seep into your subconscious at a level, and no matter how woke you could get, you're still going to assume at a visceral level that black bad. And what does that mean? At a subconscious level, you are going to have to figure out how to reconcile with black being bad. And the only options that you have is to either get closer to whiteness or to dilute your blackness as much as possible. In this case, eradicate the blackness. Fight. Show the role. Like be the role that you need to be for white people so that they'll keep you around. You have to begin to reimagine blackness outside of whiteness. This is the scripts that we've been given, and we're trying to make best of it in the way that we can. And the only way that we know that we can sometimes is situations like this. And we find ways to fit.
When I say this, he has a very good point. So, everyone already understands exactly what he's talking about, especially me. The definition that he uses is so good, it's that accurate to exactly what is going on. Like I said, also, that people my age also watch these shows and they're also entertained by it, not realizing that they're entertaining something outside of their race mainly. And then on top of that, he mentioned transphobia in like racism and stereotypes. So basically that kind of seeps into your subconscious low-key to an extent. To the point where your mind is like, you know, you're saying really disrespectful things about that other person. Or they're making you choose a side. You either want to see Aaron the plumber beat the crap or brakes off of somebody, or that trans individual literally knock Aaron the plumber out. Like people, these types of shows don't just exploitate black people. They utilize black people at their weakest point in time. He didn't show just multiple clips. He showed even a host trying to take advantage of another black man who's very insecure of himself. And you know the thing about reality TV, it's all about exploitation. Honestly, let's be real here. I'm not gonna play into the game that it's only just black people. Sometimes I actually see white people. Like there was this show called Betty Boop. I don't know what it's called, Betty Boop. I'm sorry. But it was a show of just these white moms obsessively wanting their daughters to be like some sort of successor ass shit. So where they actually do better or something like that. And My point is like, these white moms will either get physical fights with the other moms, or they'll go into screaming matches. It was like some dance competition bullshit. It's just a lot of reality TV low-key just disrespects everybody. I'm not gonna just make it just be mainly black people. Even though he's talking about it, I feel like there's exploitation of everyone's stereotypes. And it's just, everyone gets exploited. But I like this guy's channel, so, you know, subscribe to Forum Fridays because he seems like a very articulated dude and knows what he's talking about. Because this is exactly what I'm thinking. But you know how this is. Channels that I like never get enough subscribers anyway, so it's all good. Unfortunate, but it's always been like that. But like I said, I feel like reality TV is just meant to bring out stereotypes in everybody. And if you don't do it, you kill the ratings. But then, at what cost? Who cares about the ratings? Maybe mental health matters more than the ratings? Has anyone thought of that? Oh no, no one has ever thought about that. No one thinks about their mental health anymore. Everyone just does it. I'm starting to notice it's becoming a thing where people just, they stop thinking now. And they just do it. And then on top of that, you have to remember that people just don't remember the consequences of fighting. I feel like once people see you get into violent confrontations on reality TV, they're gonna want more bloodshed. And they don't stop there. They keep asking for more, and if you're not gonna do more, everyone's gonna call you a chump or you're boring. It's just how it is. I mean, like, if you really think about it, there's literally a streamer that's damn near on the verge of reality TV as it is. Like, Kai Cenat has the biggest influence on, at least American-wise, he has the biggest influence right now. At least close enough to iShowSpeed. But, to be honest, how can you really explain something to someone like this? That reality TV is just meant to exploit black people. Oh wait, you don't, because he already explained it. When someone has already explained it, you don't just repeat the same sentence. Anyways, I want to see a little bit here. This show, let me tell you guys something. If you're watching this show, you're going through something. You're going through a lot of things, and you're doing it the wrong way to cope. If you're gonna cope, at least do it right. But this is embarrassing. You're wasting your own time, you're wasting your own life, bed rotting and watching this show. You have to be someone who bed rots all the time and watches the show with misery. It's really sad. Like, mainly, I would say young black men and maybe a portion of black women are watching this show just with hatred and the whole, you know, men versus women war going on. You know, everyone's commentating and saying shit because everyone's chronically online because of this show. So everyone's really suspicious of each other, especially in my generation. I don't think anyone's gonna find love. I'm gonna be real with you. There's no way. The only way how you're gonna make people in my generation actually find love is they have to let go of these bed rotting shows. They can't watch them anymore. They can't try to make excuses saying that they need more research or to understand how relationships work. Nope. And then again, we have to also remember they mainly exploit black women more than anything, if you really think about it on a bigger conscious level. Out of all the stereotypes, they mainly exploit black women because they bring in more profit. Reality TV knows this so well, it's damn near scary. That's why when it's reality TV, it's mainly filled with only black people. It's never been filled with other people like that. And it's just like, you look at these shows and you could just tell they make people miserable. Bro, if I was on these shows, I would be depressed almost 24/7, and they wouldn't have exploited every single time for the camera. Hey, Neusxanity, how you doing, buddy? Sorry that you didn't win that fight. Just like looking at him like, what are you doing here? Why are you bothering me? I'm trying to relax. I'm trying to decompress, and your first thought is to talk about a fight I didn't win. Like I said, the host, and you know what? I forgot to mention Jerry Springer as well being the biggest exploit. Like, I used to like his show back then because, you know, I was on some ignorant shit. I'm going to be real with you guys. I was on some ignorant shit. I didn't care. I just was here for the bloodshed and the violence. It's so embarrassing even looking back on that timeline. It was basically because I had cable TV, and that was the only way how I can come home to the shows, and I would immediately go home, relax, go in my room, and literally watch TV all day. It wasn't even worth it, not gonna lie. It really was not. Like, the guy's gone now, but still, taught a lot of us too much that we shouldn't be knowing. And then on top of that, Mena, I may be saying her name wrong, is a racist. Now, I can't speak on these shows because, again, I'm not bedrotting. I hate to break it to you guys. I don't watch these shows. I'm just here to spread awareness of what Foreign Fridays is talking about. I just hope people understand, in the black community in particular, understands these types of videos are hurting us more than they're actually helping. And you're a part of the problem because you're entertaining it. But the problem is, guess what? It's never gonna go away. Why? Because even though if we want shows like this to go away, it would be quite boring in life to an extent, and that's the truth. But everyone will say these shows were quite fun. No, they weren't. They were fun for you, but they were not fun for many others. And, you know, she looks... Maybe I'm crazy. She almost looked black. Almost looks black. Almost. She actually almost fooled me, which is crazy. And I'm never fooled by that shit. I'm assuming she might be like white Mexican or Latina or something like that. That's how you know people just bro. The moment you know a host is trying to like make entertainment out of your suffering in particularly, I can't do that. Bro, I'm sorry, I'll be on some schizo shit. I would not like being on TV every single day and I can't decompress. I'm like, get out. And the camera comes in, shows me crying, or I don't know, shows me punching things. Yeah, no. My mental health would just drain out the window, bro. On me, my mental health would never be the same. It's just like even these shows help with transphobia. If you were a transphobe before, you now really got to be a transphobe. If it increased your hatred for black men, now you really hate black men. Again, this is giving other people a way to mock other individuals. It's really just sad. Maybe I'm repeating the same sentence, but just like similar to the last one, but it's just, I'm in complete disbelief nobody on these shows are self-aware of this. Or maybe they are, and they're just keeping it in the back of their mind that they refuse to break the stereotypical cycle. Like, I know a streamer who literally watches this shit chronically. I'm being so for real. The other show that I showed you guys earlier, this pop the balloon crap, one streamer in particular watches this chronically like he's trying to study how women act. Yet this is not how women act at all. Again, this show is only made for you to have this high school mentality and disrespect each other. I'm telling you, Aaron hasn't grown up. None of these ladies have grown up. It's all about who can insult who on their looks. No one's not really there for love. Because if you're really there for love, why is it that every single time someone has a problem, they gotta say something like a child under their breath, trying to get the last word in? Like, they're both like 23, 22, 24, 25. And y'all are still doing this? Like, how old are you? Like, you don't need to get the last word in. You're not a child anymore. Do better. Please do better. If you're there to find love, find love. But don't be messing around and shit. Grow up. Okay, that's actually a good freeze frame right there. Let me see if there's anything else that I need to cover. And then on top of that, Aaron the plumber. You know what? Yeah, let's cover that. On top of that, Aaron the plumber almost damn near half disbelief, trying to reassure himself. That's what Foreign Friday said too. He was trying to, oh my god, he was trying to reassure himself that he didn't date a trans person. He didn't date a trans person, and then he's just sitting there in disbelief. Like, my God, you did. And that's it. There's no argument, there's no TCH, there's no none of that. You don't get to throw obscenities at anybody when you did it. That's why you were angry. That's why you were frustrated. And that's why you basically did what you did. You fought the individual and you thought you got something out of it. Like, Aaron should know that it's just a done deal and there's no reason to be physically fighting anyone. You can call them, the trans person can call him queen, and Aaron can call him king and all this, or sir, trying to disrespect each other, trying to level each other down. One trying to take another's masculinity, the other trying to take the other's femininity. Yeah, no, dude. You guys need to stop. Like, both of them need to low-key take the L. But I have to say, low-key, Aaron does kind of take it a little bit harder, only because he just kept pushing it slightly, and then the trans individual actually pushed it even further. And then I feel like these girls doing all that with the trans support thing, it's really fake. I'm not gonna lie with you. Don't get this twisted, y'all. Let me tell you something that's not a secret. Come on now, everyone should know this by now. Even though women will support this, there is a very high chance if a woman ever gets into an argument with a trans person, they're gonna definitely throw up the fact, and you know, they're gonna definitely be on some transphobic shit. They're gonna be very disrespectful to trans people. I'm telling you, you would be surprised. Like in my area, there was a freak out between, maybe I think the individual was trans. There was a public freak out between a lady and a trans person in the parking lot, and she immediately went to transphobia. So I would suggest to all you trans people, you might want to be careful about people who support your, you know, your thing, what you do. Because I don't think everyone does support you. I feel like it's more of the same thing as I'm just going to say Neo-Exploitation. Because I can't say that word. Clearly this is Twitch and I don't know what would happen. So it's the same thing as what I guess would be a substitute word as trans exploitation. So in a sense, hold on. Excuse me. So in a sense, people are exploiting you guys because they feel like it's perfectly fine to. So it makes them look like a good person. It's the same thing for Christianity. People like using Bible verses in their bios, but really they never follow the actual Bible. So it's the same way how people are like, we're all pro-trans, but we don't really like trans people. No one can really stick down to the cause, so it's all about, it makes me look like a good person. Exploitation, right? Well, it doesn't seem like it. I feel like it will get worse over time, because nothing really gets better. I'm not gonna lie. If things are just getting worse in media, you guys really think something's gonna get better in time? I mean, I have to give you props, but reality settles in and it's not. I look at this and I just realize, like, no, dude, it's not gonna get better. Nope, absolutely not. It would not get better. I feel like the only way how things ever get better in life for all of us is that everyone realizes to take out reality TV. There's something about it that takes over the mind and makes everyone think chronically online. Again, people are literally acting like reality TV is something to study, like it's homework, like an exam or something. Like they act like you just gotta sit there, watch the show go down, learn what weakness is to exploit on women, or women exploiting men to see what weaknesses they have. It's just like, it never stops. Reality TV is about, apparently nowadays, to see who's going to be the first one that draws the revolver. Texas shootout style, or whatever the hell it's called. Or showdown style, yeah. Who's gonna exploit whose weakness? Who's gonna say, I love you first? In particularly that phrase. Someone says I love you, you already got shot. You can't say that. Like I said, guys, all my fellow people in my generation, I'm begging you to stop being chronically online and watching these shows. It has been well known that these shows drain your mental health every time you watch them. There is no value in them being in your life. At that point, you're just trying to increase your insecurity intentionally. Whatever excuse you made up in your head, it's not valid. Just stop now. We're not listening. We're not giving into it. Leave the reality TV at home. We don't wanna hear anything about what Aaron the plumber did, what Erica Mena said, like, you do realize this is all a stupid joke at the end of the day. You gain nothing out of reality TV. You gain nothing. Just brain rotting material. You can put on your eyes so you can just think things and be schizophrenic of what's this, what's that, and check people's phones. Be batshit crazy. Look, we're gonna leave you guys off here. Just stay healthy. That's it. That's all I ask. It's that simple. And I'll see you all in the next one. Peace out.
Hi, I'm Lucy Christian. I am the voice of Ochako Urabaka, and you should subscribe to Neusxanity's channel. Peace out!